this comment is not a good comment to make, and I want to talk about why I dislike not necessarily this person, but I dislike this mentality people have around modern games nowadays. So the backstory to this image is some pictures of this character was posted named Morgana, and I don't play League, so I don't know who the character was, but I thought she looked really cool, so I was like, hey, who is that? Then the person replied nicely. A lot of people on the internet are assholes, so they'll reply to you like, you don't know who that is, it's your fault, idiot. But this person, was nice. They told me who it was, what game they were from, and then I mentioned that I never played League before, but she looks cool. And this person after that said, I don't recommend it. It's not because it's a bad game, but because people are really toxic. And this mindset is a mindset that exists in more than just League of Legends. It's a mindset that exists and that I just generally don't like, because you're pushing people away from the game, especially if the game's actually good. When someone shows interest into a game that you play, that interest could ignite them playing that game and also enjoying that game on a level that you might enjoy it, or that you don't enjoy it. You never know. You don't want to exclude people from your game. You don't want to push people away. You don't want to like scare people off, and in turn you can actually end up hurting your game, because a game wants new players. That's how you make more money. That's how you get more attention. That's how you get more retention. So a lot of things can happen when you have a game that people see and it intrigues them, but then they immediately get shooed away by the community because people are saying, oh, that game's toxic. And yes, a lot of games are toxic. Me myself, before I get into this little tangent, the background gameplay you're seeing is gameplay against AI. Like I said, I still install League of Legends. I still want to try it out. I have played Smite. When I played Smite, I played 90% arena and like 5%, 95%, like 6% joust, and 4% conquest. And conquest is a more League like mode, so I'm not experienced in mobiles in the way that where I should be, considering how much Smite that I did play, because I played Smite since the alpha. So I played a lot of Smite, but I mostly played arena. So I'm new to League of Legends and I don't want to like jump right into the fire, so I'm playing against bots. So I'm just gonna throw this in here. This is not part of the actual like video and the topic of the video, but I want to throw this in there, for those in the back who want to know, what it is that I think about League of Legends, as someone who's new to it and playing, against bots. The first thing that I noticed for myself is that it's very like weird to control your character in this game. Again, I don't play these kind of games often. I come from Smite, which has way more, generic controls. Even when I played Smite on PC for like, a month, it had, way more generic PC controls when it comes to your movement. I struggle out the gate in this game with movement and utilizing the UI. Like I struggled buying things because like the UI just isn't as intuitive as I'm used to, and the way you move in the game is you kind of like drag with your arrow keys. You drag a little box around a map, and then you right click for your character to go somewhere. It's like I'm not used to that yet. It's only been one game against bots, so maybe I will get used to it eventually. But if there's any like advice that I would like fully request or someone to give me, is there an easier way to control your character in this game? Because for me, my brain is used to using WASD as my way of movement and things like that, and using like the number keys to like cast spells and whatnot, or other letters to cast spells, and so I could focus on movement with the usual PC controls for movement. So that's like the first thing that I noticed, being new into this game, was that the movement for me is really wonky, and that takes a lot of getting used to. And also just in general, like combat interactions, like the combat interactions. If you're someone who experienced in League, you probably notice it in my gameplay. Like your interactions in combat just looks awful, or like you have no idea what's going on and things like that, like for whatever it may be. I don't know any of like the because like during the game there's people who are like pinging stuff. I don't know any of those pings mean. I don't know what they're referring to. There's like this thing on like the right corner of my screen popping up with like monsters on it, but then it's like swords and give and take. Like, I don't know any of that means. So that's what, like my first game was like playing League. But anyways, not yet the backstory for the gameplay. People do this with multiple games. I come from Rainbow Six Siege. I come from places like Halo, and more or less when it comes to Halo, but more so with Siege, people look at that game as a very toxic game. And whenever people ask me, hey, should I play Siege? I try my best to explain Siege to them in a way to where they'll be interested in it, and they'll tell me in a reply, I heard the game was toxic. And my reply is always this: yeah, the game has, you know, some assholes in it, but every game does. And if you're playing on online, and for the most games that you play online, you tend to create outlets for yourself to where you won't have to interact with people who are shitheads, aka you'll turn all chat off, you'll turn off, voice audio so you don't hear anybody talking to you and things like that. And from my understanding of leaks, and I saw the game, I looked up a video for the best leak settings, and there is an option to turn off all chat and turn off chat in general when it comes to your teammates even. And even in Siege, I was like, yeah, people are dickheads, but even in this game, if you put people in check, you can get things done. If someone's being a dickhead, just, hey, trying to play the game, chill out, act your age. And you might get a toxic coming back, or you might not. Just mute them. In which you'll see, if you watch a lot of Siege streamers who might not be 5 stacking, who have some randoms on their team, they might mute their randoms if the randoms are being assholes. And I'm going to see people who are like, people should have tougher skin and things like that. But this isn't what this video is about. This video isn't about get tougher skin. This video is about, you have a game here that someone's interested in it. You should be marketing that game to that person, telling them why you love that game, telling them why they should play that game, telling them all the characters who you enjoy and, who you recommend they should play as a new player. As me, who's, trying to play League of Legends, I don't know who to play. I don't know who's a good beginner character. I don't know how to actually play the game. Again, the closest mode to League of Legends I've played is Smite, and I played the arena mode on controller. Not on mouse and keyboard, on controller on Xbox. And again, for those who never played Smite, arena is not the same kind of like style that League of Legends is. Again, Conquest is more League of Legends than arena is. Arena is more of a casual TDM style kind of thing, where it's just 5-on-5 when it comes to gods. You're just going at it. Yes, there's freaking jungle, and yes, there's wars, and yes, there's minions to deal with, but for the most part, it's kind of like a brainless free for all. Get as many kills as you can, and get your means into the portal. It's not as it's also like it takes like 8 minutes to do a arena game, whereas Conquest or a game of League of Legends will take you like 25-30 minutes. So it's not necessarily the exact same thing. So as a new player, I don't have someone to like coach me in terms of like, hey, here's what we recommend you do, things like that, or hey, let's squad up and I'll help you play the game and things like that. So just I'm kind of learning on the fly, and I'm okay with that. I'm very good at adapting. I'm very good at learning games. I play a variety of different video games. I'm good at all of them, so I'm okay with having to learn even on my own. But I don't want people to I didn't get scared away from it, but I do see people who are hesitant to play games like League, games like Smite, games like Valorant, because they hear how bad the community is and they're afraid of it. They're afraid to get involved in a community. And from my experience, I've dealt with some dickheads in Siege, usually towards other people, because I'm usually doing pretty good in Siege, so I don't really get a lot of shit talking towards me. But I don't hear people who are give shit to other people on the team, or give shit to people. Like I've seen, and I'll have on chat on the PC Siege, and I'll see someone say, "Yeah, my team just fucking sucks," and refer to like their team losing. I've seen people in Halo be very toxic, but I've also seen people who are very, very kind in all the games that I've played. Be it Valorant, I've played games of Valorant. People were very courteous and very nice to each other, and it was a good time. Playing games of Siege, same thing. Halo, same thing. Overwatch, same thing. I've played games where people are just chill and having fun and enjoying themselves, and I would much rather tell people about those experiences than keep regurgitating, hey, this game's toxic. When someone comes to my Twitch stream and they ask, should they play Rainbow Six Siege, I don't tell them, hey, this game is great and all, but the community, no, I tell them like all the good things that you can have playing this game. It is easy to meet people in this game if you're a kind person, if you're playing the game, and if you're playing casual, for example, you have a good chance of getting a stack with you, because if you're not a shithead, people are going to want to help you out. Like me personally, if I'm playing any game I'm playing, what game it is, and I'm in game chat and someone sounds like they need some assistance, they want some help and things like that, I'll volunteer. Like, hey, I'm not really, trying to like do anything serious, aka I'm not trying to like grind rank or anything like that. I'm cool with just, run some casual with you. Let's do that and I'll help you out, whatever you want help with. So I feel like people should have more of that mindset, but also, you yourself, when it comes to your community, have to make the community better. It can't get better just because you tell people, hey, don't play this game, community is toxic. No, you yourself, the person who's not toxic, needs to make your community better by bringing in people who aren't dickheads into the community, and also checking those who are dickheads. If you're playing a game, people are being assholes, check them. Like, hey, chill out. It's just a video game. Relax. We're all trying to have some fun. I've done that myself. I'm playing games of Halo on my live stream where I've seen someone going off on my teammate who I don't even know because I'm solo queuing, and I'm like, hey, dude, none of the things that you're saying is of any effect. You're not helping the team out at all. You're young. People are getting annoyed with you. He's like, yeah, this guy sucks though. It's like, but listen, dude. Even if he isn't good at the game, or sometimes people just have bad games. He could just be having a bad game, having an off day. You shouting at him won't change anything. If anything, you're worsening the team mentals, and that's what happens to people. If you're a toxic person, you are weakening the mentals of the entire team, because now they can't focus on the game. Now they're focusing on this dude who's yelling at me. Now they're focusing on this guy who's yelling at a teammate. They're focusing on these people are having a back and forth argument in all chat and things like that. And it's like, yo, focus on the game. Instead of making that call out, you sat there and you're yelling. Now you're dead, or someone else died because you could have easily called that out, but you're not calling out because you're shouting. So, again, the point of this video is I just want it to be like heard and be known that you shouldn't shoot people away from your community. If someone shows interest in the game that you play, if someone shows interest in a game that you love, don't tell them, hey, don't play the game, the community's bad. Tell them why they should play the game. Tell them why you love that game. Tell them why you want them, why you think they would enjoy it, and why you think they will love the art, the skins, and things like that. And yeah, you can be honest and be like, yeah, there are some assholes in the game, but hey, make some friends and get a 5-stack or whatever number of players that you need for a certain game, and have some fun. Play with your mic mute if you want to do that. Play with the chat turned off if you want to do that. The overall game is good though. Come play the game. Come and enjoy the game. But you don't really see that, do you? You see a lot of people just say, hey, don't play that game. That game's toxic. But anyways, with that said, this is supposed to be a short video, so I'm going to end it right there. Me and boy, Infamous Gamer Archer. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Leave any thoughts in the comment section below. If you have any tips for League of Legends, let me know. And I've watched some tip videos to try to get into the game. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Y'all stay safe. Be confident. Me and boy, Infamous here. Deuces.